So today we're going to do a couple of simple shoulder mobility exercises. These are great to warm up first thing in the morning or before working out. And they're also good to utilize throughout the day. So if you're sitting at a desk and you're starting to feel tight and the shoulders are starting to rise up towards the ears, go ahead and do some of these. A couple of things. This should not be painful. So as I demonstrate these and you start to practice them and implement them, we want to stay out of pain range at all times. So work within your comfortable range of motion. Now, the shoulders are a ball and socket joint, and we tend to, in our modern day life, not really utilize the full range of motion that those joints are capable of. So I'm going to show you 3 simple movements that we can do to help lubricate the joints and loosen up the muscles that cross over the shoulder. And it's going to be done in a standing position. If you are coming back from a shoulder injury, I would highly recommend that you look into the video on the rocking, where we're on all fours, where we're loading up both the hips and the shoulders and moving back and forth. It's a great way to load the shoulders and starts to help bring them back to their full capacity. Today we're going to do this standing up. You can also do this sitting in a chair as well too. So the first one is a simple starting off, keeping a 90-degree bend in the elbow, palm open, nice and wide, fingers splayed, and we're going to just bring that arm up towards our head, bringing that elbow towards our ear if you can, and then come back down to the starting position. Up and down. So a real simple movement. Again, only going to what you are comfortable to. And you can do 10 repetitions of this, give or take. Play with it and see how it feels. And again, this is shoulder flexion. We're focusing on the shoulder joint. So by keeping the elbow bent 90 degrees, it helps to just kind of streamline our ability to focus on one joint as opposed to multiple things having to move. Now, from here, after you've done a number of shoulder flexions to kind of warm up that area and that plane of motion, we're going to bring the forearm and palm out to the side. Again, palm open, fingers splayed, and we're going to come back as if we're going to touch our hand to our opposite shoulder. And again, only coming up to what is comfortable. So if that's as far as you can go, pain-free, then that's where we'll stay with our motions. As you start to develop a little more mobility in that joint, you'll be able to go further. Now, when we are doing this, you might find that at first your range of motion might be a little bit limited, but as that joint starts to lubricate and the muscles start to warm up, you might be able to go a little bit further. So challenge yourself to see if you can actually touch the thumb or the fingers to the opposite shoulder blade. And this is shoulder abduction. And that one can be a little tiring for a lot of people. Many people have difficulty with that specific action of the shoulders, and so work within your comfort zone. The next one, still keeping that elbow bent 90 degrees, we're going to come forward, brushing the top of our head with our wrist or forearm, bringing the arm behind the head if you can, and then coming back to this position of the elbow bent 90 degrees, tucked to the side. Come back to here, brush. Once you get that arm behind the head, just bring that elbow straight down towards the ribs. Brush, elbow back to the side. Brush, elbow back to the side. And you can smooth that motion out as you start to become more comfortable with that. So now we're starting to get more circular motion of the shoulder in utilizing that ball and socket a little bit more effectively. And then we're going to do the reverse of that. So we're going to start in this position, 90 degrees, palm out, and we're going to come back like we did with the abduction, and then forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. And again, you can smooth out those motions as you become more comfortable. And it's like we're drawing big circles in a clockwise and then a counterclockwise direction of the shoulder. And of course, you want to do both sides. Now, if you have access to or are interested in adding a little extra weight to these motions, I highly recommend Indian clubs. These are 1 pound, and you can go from 1 pound on up. The 1 pound is a great place to start. Don't be fooled by the light weight. It really works. And you can do all of these same exact warm-ups holding a 1 pound Indian club. And again, staying out of pain range. The 1 pound or whatever weight you're using adds a little extra strengthening component to it, but it also helps to open up the joints a little bit better as we are trying to maintain this little extra weight extending beyond our arm. If you're experiencing popping noises or sensations in the shoulder as you're doing this, that's okay, as long as there's no pain with that. Okay? Popping is kind of indicative of things trying to loosen up and free up, and old sticky connective tissues and joint spaces are lubricating and hydrating. If there's pain, then stay out of that range. So that is the shoulder movements for the day. Try that, play with it, see how it works. Hope you enjoy it.